This week in the Torah could not be more relevant for our nation or world, because this week we shift away from the sacrifices in the book of Leviticus to the human body and, believe it or not, our homes. Read on a surface level, Tazria Metzora in Leviticus 12 to 15 is about women's bodies after childbirth, skin diseases, scabs, boils, and this thing called sa'ara, translated as leprosy. But according to the Torah, that leprosy can even show up on the bricks of a house. I thought of this a few hours ago when my wife reminded me to scrape the mold off the tiles in the shower, part of my weekly chore in keeping our house as clean as possible. But strangely, the Torah calls this plague of the mold a gift in the walls of our houses. The laws on how to handle it are worse than what any home inspector would demand. All property within must be removed as the house is diagnosed. If it's not deemed okay, then infected stones must be removed. If the problem persists, believe it or not, the entire house must be destroyed. Some gift, thank you, God. The early rabbis, noting this strange word, a gift, tried to come up with how this plague might lead to hidden treasures without minimizing the yuckiness and sadness of it all. And so, in a midrash to the book of Leviticus, known as the Sifra, the rabbis said there are blessings in disguise from this plague, because the previous homeowners, the Amorites, hid treasures in the walls of the houses all 40 years that Israel was in the wilderness. And one of the effects of this terrible plague, a consequence of the Israelites having to tear down the houses, was finding hidden treasures, unexpected treasures. The implication here for our time too is that in every disaster is an opportunity waiting to be uncovered. None of us chose to get the coronavirus, and every survivor is telling the rest of us to use all of our powers to hide from it. And there is no victory to celebrate when suffering, death, and sadness continue to stalk too many in our nation and world. But perhaps there are hidden treasures behind the mold that grows in every home, in every setback, in someone's house, and in the body of a society. We can reveal a new aspect of our own souls, a new side to how we can care for the people we live with and how we care for today's priests, the healthcare workers who are with the ill day and night. The Torah is saying that just as tearing down a house afflicted with a plague can reveal jewels no one had suspected, so can we continually reveal new facets in our own spirit and character as individuals, as a city, as a people, one day at a time. This is Rabbi Micah Greenstein wishing you health and safety this week until we meet again.